Morning. Heading over to the house site today. We got some concrete going in. Cousin Ben is pouring my back porch, so we're gonna be over here with him a little bit today. Now we're having this stamped and colored, so I've never seen that process. Curious how that works. So, if I'm not mistaken, we're going to pour the concrete down, and then after that they start stamping it. We'll talk to Ben about that. That's my cousin Ben right there in the shorts. He's the concrete stamping specialist. A little thick.
Not terrible, but that's 8s. We always have a hard time with them closing up right, and the bull closes back. Just a touch more water.
Does that just keep the form boards from sticking?
Yeah, 4 more. So we'll peel that face off and rub the outside edge so we don't have any air bubbles or anything in it. Depending on how it goes, maybe even get a white stamp on the outside edge, but just have to have,
So Dad just called, and apparently the sprayer boom broke. So we gotta leave here, take Dad some chains, try to limp the sprayer back in out of the middle of this field. Sucks, I really wanted to be here to watch this concrete get stamped, but priorities, we gotta go. Not sure how this works, but the railroad's on fire. Must have threw a spark and caused a little brush fire, because we're kind of in the midst of a drought. At least it was on a tree line and not someone's field. Oh yeah, definitely a little fire. Now, the local volunteer fire department on it. Got it. It's like it's under control. So I guess the end of it broke, not the whole thing. Oh, just a bolt?
Well, it broke. Then this thing's been broke. I have a target wrap on here.
Well, socket. So we fixed it with baling wire. It's number 9 wire, a little heavier baling wire. This is the piece that broke. This bolt goes through there. I thought it broke off. Here's the other piece. So not as bad as I thought. I thought Dad, when he called, was saying that the boom broke. So we're having some issues with this concrete. Guys from the concrete plant came out. They have pretty good customer service. They're taking a look at it. They brought some activating agent to see if that does anything and see how it goes. Basically, part of the concrete is hard and part of it is still like Play-Doh. Or not even like Play-Doh, like hitting a clay pocket with a tire, like soft, squishy, and we can't put a stamp on it right now. So not good, not ideal. You guys can walk across it.
Daddy,
Can't stay up there.
Oh no.
This is typical finish work, right?
No.
Yep.
Mr. George.
Yeah, helps bring out the color.
Unless you paid a new guy. That's too much.
Ain't no good.
Well, we're getting one way or another, I guess.
Yeah, here it is. Do you mind explaining what exactly went wrong, why we're having to chip out all this?
Well, we don't know exactly what went wrong. Concrete company says they've never seen it happen. I've never seen it happen. All these guys here helping me have ever seen it happen, but basically, top got dry, would pull apart, separate up to a ½ inch, and had no consistency to it. This area right here.
Still mushy right there, ain't it?
See how mushy this is right here. That hasn't been messed with. Tear that out with your hand. You can slide over 5 inches.
Break your knuckles. So basically the concrete company's eating this concrete and retrying tomorrow. Well, not tomorrow.
Luckily they were in agreement with it wasn't right, and trying to push the issue that we're not going to put a crappy patio on a brand new house. It's not fair to Brian, it's not fair to me to put the name on it. Regardless, this was the right move. It's not how I planned it today. I feel better about this. And
yeah, because when you tried to stamp that soft spot right there, it was going to screw up, right?
Oh, for sure. And there's lots of other spots out there like that. Just like I said, it was inconsistent.
Like that was probably the main thing keeping you from keeping this, wasn't it? Was the stamp. If you weren't stamping it, would you have been able to keep it?
Not really, because the top wouldn't close up. So I mean, I don't know.
No matter what you do to it, it'll probably look pretty bad.
Yeah.
If you can show them here like this, you can see kind of how the smoother look to it. And then out here, where it's porous, it's porous really, because it didn't close up no matter how many times we floated it. Here's a real good example. Like you can still show when I floated. It's hard now, but still tears.
Yep.
Which you should be able to scrub that really hard, and it not do that.
It does, Bob. You don't need that. Leave it there.
So me and Ben are going to tear this concrete out today while we're here. I'm going to go up and get the Mini, bring it back. Basically right now while it's wet, it's the easiest. We can just stab it with a bucket, pull it out in chunks and discard it. Ben's taking his guys back to their vehicles, dropping his tool trailer off. He's going to come back and I'm going to go up and get the Mini. Definitely not how we envisioned this day, but I am glad that I was using, you know, like my cousin to do it, who actually cares how this looks, and you know, not some person I found in a magazine. And I'm glad we were using a reputable company and not someone that's going to stiff us with a bad load of concrete. This sucks, but it's getting fixed, so that's all we can ask. It's good service. So we got High Wag down here finishing up the combine. Every couple years we get a PM on that machine. Well, there's some parts that need replaced, so they're doing that. Should be ready for wheat harvest here today. Oh, look at that! Hey, back up, dude. Here, come over here, buddy. So part of the reason we wanted to do this right now is concrete's easy to bust. If we came back in a couple days, it's been hard as rock. Would have been a little bit more of a pain in the butt. Need an extender hoe? Whoa! I'll go up here to the building and check it out. They put windows up here too today. Must have been window day. Different companies made the windows. Both companies brought windows today. Yeah, these definitely don't open. Hammer them out.